everyone, and welcome back to some more Marvel Champions for the channel. Just doing a standalone one today of Wolverine versus the Green Goblin. However, this is the other version of Green Goblin you get in his scenario pack, not the one that previously we did Jean Grey against. Hopefully it won't be as long-winded as that one was, because that dragged on, that one. Phoenix's base deck is not good for just doing much, really. Wolverine's, though, is aggression-focused aspect, and, well, that fits into a T, doesn't it? So we'll take a quick look at how both of them work, and then get started. So this version of Green Goblin / Normon Osborn actually also flips both sides like he was a playable character. So he's going to be going between his Normon Osborn side and his Green Goblin side. He's very aggressive, has a base attack of 3. On his Green Goblin side he also does some indirect damage when he pops out, which is very annoying, having done this one before with friends online. And on this side he is building up his criminal enterprises, which is, if we would deal damage to him, we take off counters off of this. It starts with 2 per player, so it's going to have 2 on it since we're just doing solo. But if he's on his Green Goblin side, it's his madness, and he stays mad. Once he calms down again, it flips back to criminal enterprise. So that keeps flipping based on what form Norman's on, and whether or not Norman's on sabbatical honey. And we still have to beat him. Got to get through his 14 health, got to get through his second form as well, while also keeping track of hostile takeover, which is the initial setup for his scenario. Using all the recommended, the extra encounter set is Goblin Gimmicks, included that one. Put Criminal Enterprise into play, shuffle the encounter deck, and then advance to 1B, so this is what it starts as. And it gets one infamy counter per player on Criminal Enterprise when completed, which is that. Then you discard 1 card from each player's deck for each infamy counter on Criminal Enterprise. Starts with 2 threat per player and needs to get to 7 threat. And if we get to the second phase, it's corporate acquisition. So while he's not being a crazy goblin, he is doing a hostile takeover of I think Stark Tech. Either way, we're going to hopefully put a stop to it. And a quick word on how Logan works. He starts with his claws out. This is based on what it says on his Logan side. He's a 2/2/2. His claws is a permanent upgrade, so it will not be getting removed by any way, shape or form. And you can exhaust it to pick an attack event from your hand and pay health instead of cost of cards to play it. But we will of course be starting on the Logan side, where he looks very much like he did in the old cartoon, on his motorbike, and that's where it says set up, put Wolverine's claws into play. Massive recovery of 6, hand size of 6, hero side has 5, and on this hero side, as you probably just saw, he does have his healing factor, so when your player turn begins he heals 2 health. So that will hopefully help counter off the indirect damage that Norman's going to be doing to us. So with that, we're ready to get started after this quick word from my channel sponsor. This video is sponsored by Noble Knight Games. Check out the video description below for an affiliate link that will take you through to their store, and it will help me out as well. Thanks. And to properly start, of course, we've got to shuffle a little bit, just to prove I have, although I already have. We'll be drawing our initial hand and doing our mulligan as needed. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I already mentioned, but he is aggression aspect. Precision Strike, I got better. Mean Swing, Colossus, Precision Strike, and Battle Fury. So that's an upgrade after your hero attacks and defeats a minion. There is minions in the deck, and that lets you re-ready. I got better as an upgrade. So this is a one-time, if you would have died, you don't die. I want to hold on to that. Mean Swing, when your hero makes a basic attack, exhaust a weapon upgrade you control to get +3. Our claws count as a weapon upgrade, so I want that as well. Precision Strike, deal 2 damage to an enemy. If this attack defeats an enemy, heal 2 damage. We kind of want to hold on to that. I'll get rid of the other I'll get rid of the Battle Fury and Colossus, because we're not going to have enough resources to get Colossus out, unfortunately. So we're drawing 2 cards. Track by Scent, that's his way of getting rid of Thwart, or Threat, rather, with Thwart. And Berserker Barrage, which is also really good. Alright, so that is going to be our starting hand right there. So as we get started, 2 threat on hostile takeover. I'm just using threat markers for the infamy on the Criminal Enterprise. And we're going to start by actually making use of that track by scent we got into, because we can draw some more off the back of that. I'm going to have to get rid of Berserker Barrage, and I'm going to have to get rid of a Precision Strike. So I'm getting rid of 2 resources to play Track by scent, remove 3 threat from a scheme. If that's the last of the threat on the scheme, and it is going to be because I'm doing it on hostile takeover, I draw 2 cards. So immediately keeping that under control. We drew into another Battle Fury, and we drew into AE. Warrior's Skill, it's an upgrade. 3 counters. When your hero attacks, you can remove a counter from it to deal 1 additional damage. Not super great, I would say, but that's alright. We're obviously going to be flipping up to our hero side. So the way this works is, if I would try to damage Normon, it comes off of here instead, and the Goblin comes out to play, is how that works. Yeah, it says that there. Also, when he would attack, he just places a counter on here instead. So I could certainly make him be a Goblin this turn, absolutely. But I'm not sure if I want to do that. Do I want to do that? Let's see. Or I could put I Got Better into play. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put I Got Better into play. It needs a massive 4, unfortunately. So there is all the 4. It's the rest of my hand. A lot of aggression cards out of there, but hopefully that'll pay off in the long run if I need it to. I'll put it down here, because this is only going to matter if we reach 0 health. If an attack would kill us, we get better. I could still do a basic thing. For instance, turning him to a Goblin mode. I'm not going to yet. So, yeah, actually, should I have stayed in Logan form then? Because I didn't need to change to do that power. Yeah, let's say I didn't flip up because there was no reason to. We'll stay flipped down, so I draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It means that Normon is going to scheme, but that's okay. Fastball special, Slice and Dice, Berserker Barrage, Genius card, Lunging Strike, and Out of My Way. That's going to be our hand. 1 threat on the main scheme. He is scheming for 2 plus 3. Put 1 infamy counter on Criminal Enterprise. So that was a total of 3 scheme. So do I have a 3 marker here? I do indeedy. It's already up to 4 of the 7. And counter card. It's a side scheme, Collapsing Bridge. Place 1 infamy counter on Criminal Enterprise. Oh, that's if it was a boost. So it starts with 2. It's from Risky Business, so it is part of the Goblins. I was going to say plans, but madness, let's say. There we go. Alright, to my next turn. So, we will absolutely be flipping up because we've got stuff to do. I will have to thwart to get rid of the Collapsing Bridge. Otherwise we can't do anything to hostile takeover. So, let's do that. And then let's decide what else we're doing. So, it is interesting because when you attack Normon, you're actually just removing damage off of here. Does clearing out Criminal Enterprise classify as defeating an enemy? I'm going to presume not, unfortunately. But either way, we're going to pay Fastball and Slice and Dice for Berserker Barrage, which is deal 4 damage to an enemy. If it would have defeated the enemy, you can take 2 damage to do it again. Again, just going to presume that that's not how it works. If Normon would take damage, you take this off. And if there is no counters here, he goes crazy. Yeah, if there's no infamy counters here, flip Normon Osborn and Criminal Enterprise. He goes nuts. And becomes very dangerous. State of Madness enters play with 2 threat per player. Whoop. And if there's ever no counters here, he goes back down because he camps back down. We take 3 indirect damage because of him just becoming Goblin, which is really rough. And then we carry on. So now we can actually hurt him, and I am going to do that. We're going to pay Out of My Way and Genius to do Lunging Strike. Deal 8 damage to an enemy. If you exhausted Wolverine's Claws to play this card, it gains Overkill. I did not, and we don't need to either. So 8 damage. Puts him down to 6 health left on phase 1. But he is going to be smacking us in the face now. On our hero side, end of turn, we draw 5. Warrior Skill, Berserker Frenzy. I don't like how the art looks on that card at all. Logan's Cabin, Adamantium Skeleton, and Battle Fury. Yeah, his problem's definitely going to be the thwart, or the threat build-up rather. Speaking of which, 1 on the main scheme, but Goblin is attacking us. Well, yeah, should have readied up. So he's hitting for a base of 3 plus a boost. I guess I will defend to bring that down. So he's hitting for 3. 4, give the villain 1 additional boost card. Oof. So he's hitting for 4. 5, 6. Place 1 infamy counter on criminal enterprise. If you cannot, remove 1 madness counter. So he's hitting for 6, but it comes back down to 4 because I block for 2. It puts me on 3 health. That's pretty rough, but when our turn begins I am healing 2. And then counter card. This tells him to attack. This will be very bad. It is pumpkin bombs. So he's got his bombs. Can pay 2 aggression to get rid of it. After he attacks you, discard pumpkin bombs and take 2 indirect damage. So yeah, that would be very bad. So we do not have a good hand for everything we need to do. If I hadn't blocked, we would have had to use this I Got Better, so I'm not necessarily sad about that. That said, we're going to have to get rid of Berserker Fury, Warrior Skill. We don't have 2 aggression cards in hand, so I can't stop the pumpkin bombs. But that gives us Adamantium Skeleton, so let's also cover that our healing factor kicks in. So we heal 2 off of that. And Adamantium Skeleton, well, that puts us at 5. Adamantium Skeleton gives us plus 4 health, so that applies here as well. So we're up to 9, and our maximum health is now 14. We're also plus 1 attack, and have piercing, so excess damage goes through minions. So that means our base attack is 3, which is pretty good. I'm then going to just get rid of Battle Fury to play Logan's Cabin. It's an alter ego action. You can exhaust the cabin to shuffle 1 Wolverine card from discard into your deck, which is okay. And we're going to flip down, or do I? No, I think I'm going to take the hit actually, because I don't want Hostile Takeover to take over, because it's going to be the hard part for Logan dealing with that. So yeah, I'm going to end there. We're going to stay hero form, ready everything up, and we're drawing 5 because we're still in hero form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as I hit the camera. Aggressive energy means swing, track by scent, that's what we wanted. Energy and slice and dice. Okay, that's pretty good. So, first things first, this should be a 5, 3, 4, 5, so we'll leave that 1 there, replace it with a 5. It's 1 away from ticking over, so if we get the standard card that forces it to, that will be very bad. Goblin is attacking us. Is it after the attack? It is after the attack. I'm taking it to the face. 3, just 3. 7, 6, 5, so we're down to 6 rather. But then we take 2 more damage from the pumpkin bombs, so we're down to 4, and the pumpkin bombs go away. Encounter card. It's a payoff. Side scheme. Place 1 infamy counter on criminal enterprise. If you cannot, remove 1 madness counter from State of Madness. Well, unfortunately that happens, so he calms back down and becomes Normon. And because that entered play, it's got 2 on it again. One of my dog's hairs, and this has 2 on it as well. That's a lot of fires we need to try and put out now. So I'm going to use the energy card to pay for our track by scent, but I'm going to take it off of payoff in order to draw 2 cards off of removing the last 2 threat from something, because it would only have been a difference of 1 threat on the main scheme, and I'm probably going to make Logan thwart against that. So we draw 2. Regenerative Healing and Precision Strike. We can't really hurt the enemy right now. So I'll use that Precision Strike to pay for regenerative healing, and we'll just heal 4. Oh yeah, our turn began, so we actually healed a total of 6. So we're up to 10 health. That's certainly the good side about his healing. Now what do we do? Well, I want to thwart again. Yeah, I'll thwart for 2. So we're down to 4 on here. But we can still play attack events. So there is that. Make the following 2 attacks in any order. Deal 3 damage, deal 3 damage. So I presume I can use the first one. He flips, does his goblin stuff, and then I can hit him for 3. So that's what I'm going to do. If that is wrong, I apologise. But oh wait, that only counts as 2 energy if we're using an aggression card. Oh wait, no, it's an attack event. When you spend this card to play an attack event, that event deals +1 damage. Oh. Okay, so I have to tap the claws and take 1 damage to be able to play this. It is an attack event I'm playing, because I want to play Slice and Dice. It's got the attack keyword. So now it's also doing +1 damage because of aggressive energy. So it's doing 4 damage twice. First one's only doing 2 though, but it makes him a crazy goblin again. Like that. So we still have another 4 damage to deal to him, but him coming out deals 3 indirect damage to us. And he goes down to 3 health remaining. Like that. Is there anything else I need to do? My hand is empty, so presumably not. I think I'm going to let him hit me, so there is a good chance he'll take us out, but then we heal to 5 and I got better goes away. So yeah, I'm going to stay in hero form. We're just going to try and hang in because I think that's how you're supposed to use him. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're running out of cards. Out of my way, Weapon X, Sunfire, another lunging strike. That would be really good once we get into phase 2, and Psylocke as a potential ally. So, +1 threat on the main scheme, that puts that to 5 of the 7 it needs to move on to the lose condition. He's attacking us for a base of 3. I am just going to take it. 3 plus 5 damage. Close. Put us on 1 health remaining. Good grief. Well, if we get the encounter card that makes him attack, well, we get better. So that's fine. All in a day's work. When revealed, place 2 infamy counters on Criminal Enterprise. If you cannot, remove 2 madness counters from State of Madness. Oh, he came back down again, didn't he? Okay, he immediately comes back down. He is mad, you know. He is quite mad. So that's awkward, because again, every time Goblin comes out, you have to deal with the fact he's dealing 3 damage to you directly if you don't have an ally to take it for you. So, Normon coming back out instead of the Goblin is very annoying, because I wanted to do a lot of damage to him, get him to phase 2, but if I flip him to Goblin right now, even after healing factor kicks in, which is just healing for 2, I only have 3 health, so he would immediately trigger I got better when he comes out, and I don't want that. So we are going to thwart for 2, bring that down to 3, and I'm not really doing anything with my hand this turn. We're going to flip down. We're going to use Logan's Cabin to exhaust the cabin, shuffle 1 Wolverine card from my deck into, or rather from my discard into deck. And it's going to be regenerative healing, I think, or do I want track by scent? No, let's do regenerative healing. I can't remember if there's 2 of those in the deck or not, but we're going to put that one back in. No matter how I shuffle this, I think we're drawing into it, because I don't think there's more than 6 cards here. Could be wrong, might be 7. So it's in there somewhere. That's tapped. Can I do anything else? No, we're basically done. I am going to discard Weapon X and keep the rest of my hand. Actually, I forgot about that, because I do eventually want to do a big hit with that lunging strike. So I've got 4 cards in hand. We're on Logan's side, so I'm drawing 2. Mean Swing, and there's that regenerative healing. But that is my turn over, so we ready up everything. And we still need to heal a lot on the next turn, but that's what that card's for. So, 1 threat on main scheme. He is scheming for 2 plus. Just 2. So, we actually got lucky there, and it's 1 away from capping out. And then encounter card, and we've had both to force him to scheme at least. Mad Genius. We are in Normon Osborn form. Discard the top card of your deck for each infamy counter on Criminal Enterprise. So, we're discarding the top 2 cards of our deck. That's rough. And there goes the strength card, and there was 2 regenerative healings. So now I'm very glad I did that. And all said and done, that wasn't too bad. So this is still going to be a rough turn, because I can't afford to recover. So, and healing factor doesn't kick in, since we're not on hero side. Spending Mean Swing for regenerative healing to heal 4, which puts us to 7. But we're going to go right back down again in a second. Just you wait. We're flipping up to hero side. I am attacking for 2 to get him back into Goblin form. So Goblin comes back out to play. Actually, do I want to do that yet? Hang on. Because I was going to hit him hard. He's only got 3 health left. I guess we are. I've gone too deep. So, sure. So he comes out, hits us for 3. Leaves us on 4. He has 3 health left. And I am going to smack him real hard. I'm hitting him with Lunging Strike for 8 damage. Only 3 of that does anything, sadly. But it does get him to Goblin form phase 2. Which he has 18 health. That's quite a lot. When revealed, deal 4 indirect damage. I presume he's not revealed right now? Or is he? Actually, if he is, that's us tapped out. I'll need to double check if this counts as revealing going from form to form. If it does, that's fine, because I got better kicks in, but I'm still going to go double check. Yep, sadly, it does immediately do 4 damage. It takes us out, but When you would be defeated by an enemy, instead set your health dial to 5, ready your identity, and discard this card. So, we're already readied, unfortunately, so we're actually at 5 health, but now things are bad, because his base attack on Goblin side is 4. So we are readied. I flipped up this turn, didn't I? So I can't even flip down. I may still have screwed us with that. I didn't realise he did 4 damage when he changes form. That's a problem. My hand is empty. Best I can do is... I was going to say I could technically thwart for 2, but we might as well just start working on going for the kill at this point, because I think he's going to get us. So let's hit him for 2, down to 16. End my turn, and we're drawing 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got Jubilee, Warrior, Aggressive Energy out of my way. So we need to draw 1 more, and we're getting an encounter card off of that for milling our deck. We just quickly shuffle this up. Oops. Try not to drop any cards, because that makes it hard to shuffle them. One more. Slice and Dice. Would have been a good card if he had more minions out. There is minions in his deck. We just haven't found any of them. There's a bunch of hired guns. 3 or 4 of them, I think. So, that is my turn. Let's see if we're about to die anyway. So, first of all, unfortunately, this does tick up and out. So, it becomes Corporate Acquisition. Advance to Stage 2B, so it doesn't say anything fancy. If this stage is completed, the players lose the game. Oh, you get an extra encounter card. Yeah, we're probably about to lose then, because we're going to get 3. It starts with 1 threat on it, and it needs to get to 10. He's attacking us. I will have to defend to try and live here. So he's hitting for a base of 4, 5. Oh, come on. He's hitting for 5, so we're already dead. Oh, wait, no. If this does 2. It's doing 3! 5, 6, 7, 8. He just hit us for 8. That was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I blocked 2. Yeah, he has for 6 in total after the blocking. And we have 5 health. So unfortunately, he did take us out. Oof. Just out of curiosity, though, we would have had 3 encounter cards, so I'm imagining we would have lost in this manner as well. So let's just see what they would have been. Oh, told you I had hired guns. There you go. So, yeah, you can either get a face down card, a boost card, or place 2 infamy counters in Criminal Enterprise. I presume you must take the boost card if Criminal Enterprise isn't out when those appear. Mad Genius, so that would have been Green Goblin's side. He would attack the hero with the fewest hit points remaining, so he would have killed us there for sure. And All in a Day's Work. That would have made him back to Normon. Oh, the order of resolving those would have mattered then. So I usually do like the most recently placed down is first and then the last one drawn is last, which is how I think you're supposed to do it. But it would have changed how that reacted if this one happened first. Would have made him discard the top cards of your deck a little bit. But yeah, Normon got us fair and square there. Poor Wolverine, even with a revive, it was not good enough. I did not expect to lose to Normon via dying. If anything, I thought, well, it's an aggression deck, it's going to have trouble with thwarting. And he kind of did, I suppose. But that was not the reason we lost. No, this version of Green Goblin just hits like a truck. The constant indirect damage is the only hard part, really. Everything else is perfectly manageable. Looks like you need a deck with a bunch of allies to take that. Like, you can't give them more health than they have, but you can at least give some of the indirect damage to your allies to kind of help cover the cost. And the harder you can hit them on a turn in which you make them into the Goblin would have been better. So yeah, learning experience, first time trying this Goblin by myself. Played it once online and I'm pretty sure we lost that as well. Can't quite remember, it was a while ago now. Either way, just playing this now and then because it's not very popular, unfortunately, because it is a really good game. If you are one of the few to watch it though, I sincerely thank you for doing so, wins or losses. Hopefully it's still just fun, and I will see you in the future for more. Until then, ta-ta for now.